Yeah, so welcome everybody. My task is to give you a pleasure with Grunt. So the ones not like Grunt, I want to show what is possible and maybe to see that there is probably more fun with Grunt. And all the ones who are already familiar with Grunt, I want to give some ideas what is out there on the landscape with Grunt plugins. So first of all, I want to know how many of you are using Grunt already. Oh, that's great. So maybe you remember last time I had some problems with the technique. And so last week there was the Enter.js and there was a great talk about memory leaks. And the question was, how to detect the memory leaks. And there was no answer. No answer from the colleagues I talked to the speakers, as well as from the speaker itself. So briefly, in 30 seconds, the talk from last time and some slides, okay? Because it's also a solution to detect memory leaks. The reason for it is that that Fantomas is like, it's using the navigation API, which is an API implemented by some browsers. And what you can get out of it are a lot of information about the browser, about the DOM, about some useful information. And this you can do in a continuous integration process, as well as, because it's in a continuous integration process, you can have a historization. So to see your commit code, and then you compare what changed there. Is there some performance loss? And also memory loss as well, memory leaks, which causes some memory problems. And to quickly go through the slides, this is some example how you can easily set up within the code itself, in the production code, if you like to set some markers, which will be available in the analysis. So you can define your own metrics very easily. And this is one page. It's built up on Grunt Fantomas, which is called Grunt DevPerf. And this is a very, very easy, very simple overview about your page. And this is the classical Grunt Fantomas. So there are hundreds of charts, and these give you information. So this is one example from the DAB bank where I work for. And one point is commit widget. Okay, and there you can very easily see if some commit did some really crazy stuff. For example, the on-DOM ready time event was some useful indicator. Very simple, but very efficient. You can also get some missing cache information. Film strips are very helpful to indicate about the visual performance of your page, and so on. So this is about Fantomas. And let's switch to the actual talk. So, as I said, my mission is to give some Grunt information, And today I thought, let's do some fun things about Grunt, okay? So don't expect some crazy, creepy stuff. It's very simple, and I want to show you how much fun it can make to have a build system, okay? So these are the topics. It's Grunt-Figlet, Grunt-Cat, attention, notify. And for the input, it's Grunt-Prompt. So I'll talk about text input and output. And the Grunt Norris plugin, who knows one of them? The Grunt Chuck Norris plugin. Who knows about this? It's a Jenkins task in original. No? In the Java world, I assume many people know this. So this I built up on yesterday, and maybe I should postpone it to the next time. It's a very simple Grunt plugin, which shows some funny jokes about programming and Chuck Norris things. Okay, so I skipped the live coding, so it gets a little bit faster. So one is the Figlet. It's based on Figlet, the Node.js library. And who knows what Figlet is? Nice. So the idea of Figlet is that you have some characters, for example, especially alphanumeric characters, and out of these alphanumeric characters you build some words, okay? So it's a font in the font. And with this you can have some nice copyright, for example, or some nice console log in your continuous integration process. So you can use dynamic texts and also wrap it as a comment. This is very helpful. This is how it can look like. So you can use it in several situations, as I also already mentioned. The next is Grunt-Cat. Grunt-Cat, you can, as the Linux task, so you can read texts. It's also supporting ASCII files for sure, and ANSI. So with this, you can even have colorful results in your console, for example, or, as I mentioned, some cool copyright. You can go to one of these pages and just upload your logo, like I did with the DAB bank, and it's out in the copyright. So this would be an example of a colorful ANSI. It's a little bit tricky with the colorful ANSI stuff. And this would be one version of the logo, yeah. So I like it. It's cool. The Grunt Attention, it's also an alternative. It's very easy to use. You just give it a text and a border, and then you can have some nice highlighting in your continuous integration process. And we have a lot of continuous integration processes with Grunt already set up, and it's running a long time. Also some continuous integration tests, end-to-end tests, and so on. So these indicators are very helpful. Yeah, if you scroll down the logging, it's nice, and the colleagues like it. Okay, so I'm working with Java guys, and this is one argument as well to give them some cool stuff. Okay, it's cooler than Maven and Ant, you know. Then there is Grunt-Prompt. So it's, who knows about Grunt-Prompt, or prompt for Node.js? Nice. So with prompt, you can have give access to user input by the console. And I mean, you can do this with all kind of script languages, but with Grunt, it's with Node as an environment, and Grunt in combination. It's running on Windows, on Linux, and on all other systems, on Mac as well. And this is in my company very helpful. So a reason for not a simple shell script, but Grunt as a shell script. Okay. And with this, you can have types like list, checkbox, confirm, input, and passwords. One example, so this is how it looks like depending on your OS on the console. Yeah? So it's even working on the Windows CMD. I wanted to show some example, some useful example for this thing. Let's see. Okay. So one would be, so if I type in Grunt, then there is some dynamic prompt which shows all Alice tasks in my Grunt. Okay, so this is very important for my colleagues. They don't know about Grunt, some of them getting more and more familiar, but I just tell them run Grunt, okay? And then they have some kind of entry, okay? And then they can choose some tasks to run, like dev or even dev and prod. And if I enter, then task will get executed. So this is very simple. It's just a loop through the, depending on the choice you did, and then it's executing the tasks. So one not fun but helpful example. And there's also Grunt Notify. Who knows about this? Notify? Great. So to skip this. So Grunt Notify, you see this on the right. So this is also supported in all OS devices. Yeah, you install some notification program. Yeah, so this is Snarl for Windows. The popular one for Linux is probably Growl. And with this, you can have this nice visualization. And the good thing is, you know, you have some watch for TypeScript compilation, for example. And then you let it run. It takes maybe some more time. And if it's done, I can see it here. You can also give it some information like JS hint has some problem or whatever. So these are the examples for the OS devices. Yeah, and the Grunt users, I mean, a lot of you are using Grunt. I can really recommend to go to the page frequently and have a look on the standard Grunt APIs. They are really helpful methods which support you with a lot of tasks. You don't need to include third-party libraries. And one of them, which are helpful in this reading of text and config, some variables, are the normalize if, also OS independent stuff. You can read JSON files, YAML files, and yeah, the grunt config, you probably know, there's the grunt config requires. I assume none of you know about this. This is an indicator to show, okay, if this grunt task is running, then this config property is required. If not, then something is wrong with your process, and it will show you a message. This is the nice programming, like assertions and other programming languages. So that's it. It's again about Grunt, convincing others to Grunt, and having fun with coding as well as the build process. Thank you.